People cannot clap for you when they are not growing. You know what I'm saying? They can come up with every excuse in the world. They can say, you know what I'm saying? They can come up with whatever it is that they want. What it is that you're not genuinely happy because what you're doing is you watching other people accelerate. You watching other people elevate. You watching other people continue to move forward regardless of the mistakes that they've made in their past. And see, that's what I noticed. You know what I'm saying? I always reference my hometown because that's the only reference I have. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to speak from experience. So when I'm speaking from experience, when I mention my hometown, it motivates me in a way too. Let me tell you. Commercial break me, please. Don't be scared to motivate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, sometimes people ain't gonna do it. You gotta encourage yourself sometimes, and sometimes you need a visual. Sometimes you need a visual to encourage you. Sometimes it might be an individual that's going to encourage you. Sometimes you can reflect back on the moment, a conversation that you had, you know what I'm saying, that'll motivate you. See, it's several conversations that I had years and years and years ago when I was still sitting in the cell, when I was telling people what I was going to do when I came home from the penitentiary. Listen to me, it's been 6 years in May. It's been 6 years in May. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Anybody that I spoke to and told them what I was gonna do, what they done did is watch the Most High bring it to pass. But if you still want to bring up my past, listen to me. It's a reference. It's one reference in the word. I can't remember exactly who it was, but he told them people. He said, "I'm gonna go." Listen, one for ten. He said, "I'm gonna go and talk to my God, and you go and talk to yours. And we're gonna see." Who God gonna do what it is that he gonna do? Who God is alive and with? Who God is alive and living and gonna make it happen? See, that's how I feel. You want to speak on my past, but I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't gonna beat me in no prayer. You can say what you want to say. Listen to me. You ain't gonna beat me in no prayer. You go talk to who you gonna talk to. I'm gonna go talk to the king. When I go talk to the king, let's just sit back and let's just watch the results. Because who I'm talking to talk back. We converse. We have a whole little conversation. And after we get through having our conversation, that we stand in agreement, listen to me. All things gonna happen is it's gonna manifest. And if you want, and listen to me, and when people don't want to receive that, let them receive. They ain't gotta receive it. You know why? Because he told them. He said if they don't receive it, he said shake the dust off your feet, and he said keep on moving. And that's one thing. That's what's hard for most people. They call it survivor's remorse. Survivor's remorse is when the Most High done took you to a whole nother level. The Most High, and I ain't just talking, I'm not talking tangible things. See, people get it so confused and they think you blessed because of what you got on your body. Your clothes and how much you paid for them they ain't got nothing to do with your blessing. Listen, your car ain't got nothing to do with what brand car you. It ain't got nothing to do with your blessing. Some people they get it so confused. They think because they got on some Gucci shoes and a Gucci belt, that mean that you blessed. Now, really, what that shows is that you in love with the world. See, if you go to John, when you go to 1 John, when he talk about don't love the things of the world, the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. See, that's a lot of that tied into the tangible material things. People think, oh, I'm such and such, God doing this and God doing that. And then see people who want to have nice things, but they mind ain't telling them that's where the enemy creep in, and he have you feeling like the Most High ain't doing things for you. Listen to me. It's you gotta pay attention to the fruit. I say it all the time. He said no bad tree can bear good fruit, and no good tree can bear bad fruit. I'm gonna tell you something. Just because them people, when you watch them people, listen to me. Misery, love. It's a couple of things I'm gonna speak on. When you go to Corinthians, I think it's in Corinthians, and it tell you, you know what I'm saying, things to look for to know it's that it's the Most High. It's encouragement. There's something that comforts you and something that edifies you. Listen to me. And then you go to, Mama, I'm in the middle of speaking. I'm in the middle of speaking, and calm down now. Cause listen to me. If the word move and tell me, listen to me. You might want to chill right now. But look. You might want to chill. Look, check this out. When the Most High, you gotta pay attention to the fruit. You got to pay attention to the fruit, the love, the joy, the peace, the comfort, the self-control. You got to pay attention to these things, because when you're not paying attention to these things, guess what? You're going to get misconstrued. The pride of life, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye. You thinking because that person driving something nice, you thinking that person blessed, and their mind is messed up. They listen to me. They soul is lost. Listen to me. It's so much going on within their spirit that you can't see the misery that they have. You can't see, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to see how nasty them folks is outside of the presence, outside of your presence. When they stand before you, you know what I'm saying? They like a lot of these folks who go to the church house. And I ain't disrespect. I'm just saying what I'm speaking on is in front of you, they shake your hand, they hug you, they say all the right things, and deep down inside, all them folks is ugly as ever. That's why when he spoke on the Pharisees and the Sadducees, he said all the outside of you is clean. He said, but the inside, he said, it's like a graveyard. Them folks play them. It looked like that. That's why he said, do as they say, not as they do. Because they could speak. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm going to tell you now. And he said, do as they say, not as they do. Because a lot of them, they move different. It's a lot of pastors. It's a lot of people who can give a word. It's a lot of motivational speakers. Listen to me, you take the meat, you throw away the bones. Because I can take something that you say, but the reflection of who you are, I'll never be that. Because you can get up here and give a great word about marriage, and you don't love on your wife the way you could get up here and speak the word. You will get up here and you will say, love your wife as Christ loved the church. You will get up here and give a great message. And then you will go in and you will talk about all the great times, and then y'all get in the car and y'all argue. You know what I'm saying? You messing with somebody. I'm just saying that's just what it is. These folks will get up here and tell you, pay your tax. Listen, what I'm gonna tell you now, but they'll never tell you they still cutting corners. They'll tell you that you robbing the Most High, and you ain't paying your tithes, and you wonder why He ain't opened the windows of heaven and He ain't dropped down a blessing on you. But a lot of them won't tell you they still taking tax breaks. They still looking for loopholes. They still finding out ways to work the system so they can keep their money in their pocket. They ain't telling you that part of. But you got it misconstrued, and you thinking, when you look at what people have, the lust of the eye, the pride of life, and the lust of the flesh, what you thinking is something that you have to do in order to get what it is that they have. And when you think like that, you know what you don't put yourself under, you don't remove yourself from grace. And you don't put yourself under works. When you put yourself under works, you're saying it's something I need to do. It's a way I need to do it. It's certain things I need to say in order for the Most High to bless me. And that's where a lot of people get it misconstrued. It has nothing to do with your works. And people think, well, maybe certain things ain't working for me because I'm out of line. Maybe the financial blessing ain't came yet because I'm out of line. Maybe the relationship ain't that I've been praying for, and the marriage that I've been hoping for, it ain't happened because I'm out of line. Maybe my friends is prospering and I'm not because I'm out of line. But see, a lot of people don't understand. That's when you under works. You're thinking you have to do something. We already go read it. Go read it. I think it's Romans 8 when they say we all fall short of the glory of the Most High. That's every single day. So if you think it's something that you can do that's gonna put you in a rightful place in order for you to deserve something when we don't deserve it, then you wrong. That's where you wrong at. And see, that's why I love my platform and I love the life that I have with the first and foremost with the Most High. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'll bear all. It's nothing you can say. It's nothing you can do to make me feel bad of who I am, who I've become, and who I was. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Every person on this planet has a past, a present, and if you're going where you need to be, hopefully you got a future. Listen to me. Who ain't made a mistake? Who ain't did something they ashamed of? Who ain't did something that they ain't proud of? Who ain't just sit back and just sit there and be like, man, I can't. Who ain't had an experience like that? But see, that's where most people get it misconstrued, because the enemy get in your head and the enemy start making you feel less than who you are. The enemy start making you feel incompetent. The enemy start making you feel ungrateful. The enemy start making you feel like, oh, you ain't gonna, no. You know what you done. You know what you said. You remember when. Don't listen to me. Don't get beside yourself. Don't be thinking you're great. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a little twisted. You're a little sick. You're a little this and you're a little that. You know what I'm saying? And listen to me. Ain't no condemnation in Christ. And see, then that's why I see a lot of people want to speak on that word. But see, when they come to that word, one thing for sure, two things for certain. If you go in and you read it and you study, it makes perfect sense. Go read it. Go read it. It's no condemnation in Christ. I'm gonna say it one more time because if you ain't talked to the King, then I don't understand why you wouldn't want to talk to him. Ain't no condemnation in Christ. It's power in that alone. You know why? Because you get to stand up in your spirit and understand it ain't nothing somebody can say. It ain't nothing somebody can do. You ain't got a heaven or hell to put me in. And he said, get what he said? He said, don't fear the person that can destroy the body. Y'all are afraid of people that know your skeletons in your closet. Y'all afraid of people that could unalive you. Y'all afraid of people that know things about your past that don't nobody know. Y'all afraid of them moments to speak up and say, what? You ain't holding nothing over my head. He said, don't be afraid of the one that can destroy the body. He said, be afraid of the one that can destroy the soul and the body. Then not many people done tried to tell me, man, you remember, and you must ain't read the book. You must ain't read the book. I don't burn nothing. I don't hold nothing. I don't spare nothing. Dude, listen to me. I'm unashamed. I'm unashamed. I'm free. I'm healed. He said, what the spirit of the Most High is, he said, there is liberty. You know what liberty is? That's freedom. I don't listen to me. I don't live under somebody else's stipulations. I don't live under the thumb of nobody. You don't put no pressure on me. You don't make me feel no type of way. Listen to me, I speak freely. I say what I want to say when I want to say it. When it comes to my past, it is what it is. Who don't have one? Who don't have one? If you ain't got a pass on her right now, tell me, say amen if you ain't got a pass. You can't. You can't. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the biggest blessing in all of it. Do you know how many people out here? Do you know how many people it is out here who are having to be somebody else in order to become and have what it is that they have? My whole platform is built on realness. My whole platform is genuine. Listen to me, I don't have to get on here fake, flaws, funk, do none of that. Listen to me. Everything I do, it's got something to do with my gift. I'm free. Listen to me, I ain't got to get on here. And if you hear something, listen to me. If you hear something about me, guess what you're going to be able to say? He already said that. It ain't no secrets run around out here. He already said it because I'm free. I'm free. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Remember when you told me? And I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm finna get ready to go have me a little fun. That's still the case. As we all should be, man. You know, I see a lot of I do understand how hard it is to look in the mirror. Like I talk about this a lot to a lot of people. I understand how hard it is to look in the mirror because so many people have a spirit of wanting to compete, compare. They don't want you to see flaws. They don't want you to see lack. They don't want you to see what they would consider failure. Or they don't want you to see their mistakes. Like there's a lot of people who live in bondage because they don't want to be honest. Just a lot of people, that's what they call a yoke. But see, he said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And when you look at when he say my yoke is easy and my burden is light, you know, that's a place of where you can rest. And see, when you go look up the word and you go look up that word rest, go look it up. Go get on your phone. Get on your phone because we use our phone for everything. You ain't got to do nothing but go talk to Siri. Ask Siri what the word rest mean in the Greek or in the Hebrew. Go look it up. Ask your phone, Siri, what does the word rest mean in Greek? Go look it up. Because he said, my burden is easy and my yoke is light. And in that, what he was talking, he said, you can rest in him. Just go look up rest and apply that to your life. Just for a week. Love you too, mama. Just go apply that to your life for a week. Because I'm going to tell you something, the pressure of the world, the pressure of people, jobs, family, friends. Go, he said, my burden is because a lot of us don't even realize you put pressure on yourself for things that you don't even have to. You don't control them. You put pressure on yourself. You put pressure on yourself for people that you have no control over. You will overextend yourself and go and help people that, guess what? The Most High probably done told you that's not even on you. You put weight on your shoulder that don't even supposed to be there. And then you look up and you wonder why you upset, why you frustrated, why you confused, why certain things don't make sense. You never were supposed to do it. You stepping into things that are not even assigned to you, and then you wonder why you weary. You wonder why you tired. You wonder why you exhausted. You wonder why you drained. Because you're taking on things that have nothing to do with you. When he say, listen to me, where the Spirit of the Most High, when he say is liberty, when he talk about that freedom and when he talk about that rest, listen to me, if you feeling drained, it's not coming from the King. It's no way you doing something that's connected to your purpose, that's connected to your creativity, that's connected to something that encourages you and comforts you. And when you done with it, it just feels like it just took everything out of you every single time. It's not connected to him. It's just that easy. And some people just don't understand and realize that those are signs that you need to remove yourself from the equation, because you were never supposed to be a part of that. That's just like a relationship. Look at a relationship that you think that you're supposed to be in and pay attention to how it drains you. How disrespectful it was, how abusive it was. Just look at it and realize it was certain things that made you realize I'm not supposed to be here. Guess what? Everything else is the same way. You can treat it, look at it from the same lens. You can look at your situation that you in, friends, family, job, whatever it is. If it's taking that and making you feel, you probably ain't even supposed to be there. You taking care of people that you don't even supposed to be taking care of. What's wrong with you? Then you upset and you mad because, yeah, I ain't even got to say it. You know where I'm going. Then you upset and you mad because you took on an assignment that it was never yours. It was never yours, and then you got the nerve to then you got the nerve to want to be mad at the Most High. Then you got the nerve. Then you got the nerve to sit up and ask all of these why. The why is you don't listen. People don't listen, and then you listen to me. You swear up and down you had discernment. You swear up and down you heed the word. You swear up and down you read the word. You claim you got all of these signs. Listen to me. If you paying attention to all of that, then tell me why your life in limbo. They can't do it. You know why? Because you don't listen. You're not listening. You're not listening, and then your mind and your heart and then your spirit, when it's vexed, it come up with reasons and excuses, and it tell you all of these other reasons that ain't even the real reason, so you can cope with it because your mind will try to protect you. But see, people don't even want to hear that though. They don't even want to hear that. You can take a mirror and put it right in their face and tell them all the truth, and guess what they'll say? Nope, that ain't true. It is true. It is true. I'm just telling you that's just what it is. You know how hard it is. Listen to me. I sit in a cell. Special aggravated robbery, special aggravated kidnapping, first degree, premeditated, 3 counts of felony murder. All of them carry a life sentence on their own. Then on top of that, I get an escape charge out of the jail. Guess what I'm still doing? Lying to my lawyer, lying to myself, calling home, lying to my people, lying to my friends, lying to my mama. Listen to me. I finally had to get to a point where I'm sitting up and I'm walking in this cell, and I had to ask myself, who tripping? Me? I ain't told the truth yet. When they say the truth shall make you free, it don't say set you. It said the truth shall make you free. Now, I don't know what is for me. Listen what I'm finna say. It said the truth will make you free. It does not necessarily mean that it's gonna correct your predicament right off the bat. Just because I admitted the truth to myself in a cell, it does not mean he had to let me out of prison. When he said it'll make you free, what it did was it gave me going back to that go back to that rest and that liberty. It lifted burden up off of me, or feeling like I have to continue to tell this lie, keep up this image, and convincing myself of something that is not true. Just listen to me. That is the beginning of him being able to do something in you that you probably can't even understand. You just got to put it in the right perspective. When it said it'll make you free. See, the minute you be honest and you admit it, you can take first and foremost, you take your power back. Because that's what people don't understand. You being robbed of your power when you not being honest. Because as long as you lying, he can keep you in bondage. He can keep that yoke on you, because now you have to continue to tell the lie, make the lie bigger. You have to, it keeps you in a chokehold. But see, when they say it'll make you free, see, it'll make it easier for you. See, sometimes you ain't got to do nothing but start whispering the truth to yourself. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to start with telling nobody. You ain't got to start with confessing what you got going on and all. You just admit it to yourself. But see, then you got to build it up. See, I talked to this young brother today, and he was telling me, he said, man, he said, Joe T, he said, I set a goal. He said, I feel like, but I set it too short. He said, I feel like I'm going to rush the work and by the time I get to the goal, he said, the work ain't going to be what I want it to be. I said, no. I said, keep the goal. I said, keep the goal, put that kind of pressure on yourself to work it, because I'm going to tell you something. When you accomplish goals, it do something to you to make you. I said, now go on and keep the goal. I said, but when you get there, I said, just go over the work. And if you don't like what you have, if you feel like it's rushed, I said, you still reach the goal. I said, just set another one. Just set another one once you finish it to fix it. That's all you got to do. Just set the goal, make it. If you don't like what it is, set another goal and fix it. It's just that simple. But see, going back to you people, you got to get to a place of admitting the truth. You got to get to a place of admitting the truth, and it'll make you free. This is where I'm gonna keep it at. Just the truth gonna make you free. The truth gonna make you free. The minute I started confessing to myself that I was wrong of everything I did, not just what sent me to prison. Once I started admitting the truth, listen to me. The enemy ain't been, listen, he ain't been able to punch on me since. And I stand on that. He ain't been able to punch on me since, because one thing for sure, two things for certain. Soon as my mind try to tell me I got a lie, no, you don't. Don't you put yourself back in that prison. I ain't talking about the physical prison. I'm talking about the spiritual one. Don't you put yourself back in that prison, lying to these people, telling people this and telling people that. I ain't, We ain't gonna do that. Cause listen to me. He said we got a high priest. Said he sympathized with all our weaknesses. Said he was tempted at every point, yet he was still without sin. He said, therefore come boldly. Listen to me. I ain't lie to you for what? I'm finna go talk to the king. I'm finna go tell the king, listen to me. I made a mistake. This is what happened. This is how it happened. Listen to me. I don't know what I was thinking, but this one thing for sure, two things for certain. Listen to me. Listen, one thing for sure, two things for certain. We're going to go tell the truth. We're going to go tell the truth. That's all you got to do. It's really that simple. Said the truth will make you free. Truth will make you free. Yeah. I ain't got nothing else to say. Spirit said it's over. Spirit said it's over. If you ain't talked to the king in a while, or you ain't confessed to me, go holler at him. You hear me? He said, whoever confess with their mouth and their heart, you shall be saved. Listen to me. I don't know what it is that you ain't talked to him about. I don't know what it is you ain't prayed about. I don't know. Listen to me. I don't know what enemy done got in your ear and told you that your prayers ain't never worked and they ain't working. Listen to me. I don't know who convinced you of that. What's up, DJ? But listen, let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to go back to them prayers that you know got answered. Just go back. Because sometimes you got to remember. That's all you got to do. Sometimes you got to remember. That's all you got to do. Go back to that time, that moment when you know, now he have done showed up before. And be honest. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. But yo, I'm finna roll. Y'all hold it down. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? If you ain't already got the book, you can go get E-Goddess. I'm finna roll. JTB3.org. It's been a blessing. Y'all hold it down.